Hi everybody, welcome to Teach Me Tuesday with KO Crafts by Kelly. Today I'm going to teach you the crocodile stitch. Now this is a very thick pattern. I used it to make mermaid tails for my granddaughters. It's kind of a fun stitch once you get the hang of it. It's a little mind-bending at first just because it's out of the ordinary. But once you get it, it goes really quick. So let's get started. Okay, so this stitch is worked in a repeat of 5. Now there are many ways to do this stitch. So I'm going to show you my favorite way. Sorry about moving you around. I'm trying to get it so that I can work here. I'm going to show you my favorite way. There's ways to do it where you turn, ways that you do it you don't turn. But this is my favorite way. So I'm going to do a chain of in groups of 5. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Then for your chain, you add 1 just for the starter chain. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to do a double crochet in the 6th chain from your hook. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to do a double crochet right here. And that gives me 2 double crochets at the end of my thing. All right, so now you're going to chain 1. You're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and you're going to do a double crochet in that 3rd chain. Now you're going to skip 2 again, and you're going to do 2 double crochets in this one. Chain 1, skip 2, do a single, and this is your repeat all the way down your chain. So chain 1, skip 2, 1, 2, double crochet twice into this one. Oops, this thread is really slippery. So 1, 2, then skip 2 and do 1 in your last chain. Okay, so then this is what you've got so far. So you've got 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so to do your second row, so this is always worked on, this is called your base foundation. Now we are going to come back and work across this to create the crocodile scales. So you're always going to do a base and then come back to do the crocodile. So it's 2 rows for each set of crocodiles. So we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn. Okay. Now we've got these 2 double crochets right here. Okay. We're going to skip this one. Okay. We're going to work in this double crochet bar. Okay. In between these 2, we're going to work down this bar and then we're going to turn and we're going to work up this bar. Okay. So we're going to chain 1. Oh, stupid tail. Get out of there. Okay. We're going to chain or wrap. You're going to go down in this hole and you're going to come up, get my camera to in this hole between your 2 double crochets. Okay. Now what I like to do, once I have that, I fold my yarn or my material and I work through that bar. Okay. So now you have like a hole where that bar was, and you're going to do 5 double crochets in that bar. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So then when you open your material back up, oh my goodness, there we go. It's going to look like this, okay? So now you've got this other double crochet right here for your 2 double crochets. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to go into here and then into the bar, the space between the 2, okay? Now let me show you an easier way. This is how I do it, okay? I've already got this half done, so I know I have to go around this bar here. So I just fold my work and put my thumb between the bar in the 2. So it looks like this. And then I do my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So then you're going to have what looks like this. Let me get some more thread here. Okay. Now we'll do this again because I know that's kind of like mind bending right there because it's totally against what we do. Okay. So now you're going to skip this. Well, actually, you're not going to skip this one. You're going to go into this, the top of this one, and do a slip stitch. And then that anchors that crocodile, this end down. Okay. So now you're over to here. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do 5 on this bar and then come back up on this bar. So you go into this hole and come up between the 2, and then that's when I fold it and you do 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Chain 1. Now if you chain 1, it gives you a point at the bottom, or if you don't chain 1 like I did here, it's like a round. So I'm going to do 1 of each to show you. Do whatever your pattern calls for. Okay, so now we're at the bottom. We need to work up this chain. So put it on your thumb like that. You can fold it, and you're going to do 5 going back up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then when we open it back up, we're going to find our single crochet. We're going to slip stitch right into the top of that stitch. Okay. And that will lock down our second one. Okay. So now you're left with these 2. We're going to do it one more time right through those 2. So we're going to go right in here. So we're going to wrap. We're going to go into the back and out the front and do 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I like to chain 1 because I like the little point at the bottom. You can chain 2 and it'll make it even more prominent. Okay, so then I need to do 5 more coming back up this one. So I'm basically just working from the back on this one and doing 5. Whoops, sorry guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so then when you look at the front, this is what you've got. Okay, so now to go back, we need to create another foundation. So I'm going to, oops, back here. I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to turn. And then I'm going to do 1 single crochet in that space there. And then I'm going to do chain 1, and I'm going to do 2 in the top of this post where we did our slip stitch. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to do 1 in here, chain 1, I'm going to find my top of my slip stitch, and I'm going to do 2, oops, I caught a thread here, okay, chain 1, oops, I'm going to do 1 more in there, chain 1, and then I'm going to do 1 in this very last one here. And now I want to do where this is the one I skipped, and this is that, so I want to do 2 in the top of that. Whoops, get back here. 1, 2. Okay, and then turn. So there you've got your foundation again, and as you can see, where we're going to work our next crocodile is going to be between the ones we already have. Okay, so to go back, we're going to chain 1. Now we're going to start working in this, around this bar. So we're going to do 5, and you can hold your work at the side. Makes it easier. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and chain 1. And I got that twisted. Okay, so it's only like that. So now the second half is this bar, so I'm going to put my thumb through it, fold my fabric, and do 5 around that bar. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now, oh, you know what? I forgot. Where my single? Hold on. I did it around the wrong bar. See what I did? I missed that bar and I did it on my single crochet. So note to self, always make sure you're doing the right bar. So I need to do it around this one. So let's back up and finish it. Okay, I'm going to do my chain 1. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to get the right bar, which is right here. And I'm going to do 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I've got my single crochet to do the slip stitch in to hold it down. Okay, just like that. So now we're going to do the same thing over here. So we're going to wrap our yarn. We're going to go into that bar, and this is where I turn it and fold it and do 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to go find the second bar, which is right here. And I'm going to do 5 right there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then I'm going to find my single crochet and I'm going to do my slip. And that's what I've got. Now I've got another one right here. Oh, we're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1. And then we're going to get the second bar, turn, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then get your single crochet, slip stitch into it. And now we've got one more to do. We've got these 2 at the end, right here. So we'll do one more. Oh, bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, and then do this one, which as you can see I forgot to do a chain 3, so it's going to be tight, but I'm going to do it anyways. I can make it fit. 1, 2, oops, sorry, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so there you can see. No, that doesn't work very well for you. Hold on. You can see we now have our second row. Now for our next row, we want to only do 3. We want to do 1 in between, because if we keep adding, then it's going to keep growing. So the next row, we only want 3. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So, okay. We're going to turn our work. We're going to slip stitch into the middle here. Okay, so that then finishes off the end row. Okay, now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go to our slip stitch here and we're going to do our 2. 1, 2, chain 1, and then we're back to like we were. Do a single in here, chain 1, find your bar, do your slips, do 2 in the top of that slip stitch. 1, 2, chain 1, and then we've got a single, chain 1, find our slip stitch, 1, oops, 2, sorry, 2, chain 1, and then put your last single in here. Oops. Okay, so now you can see you've got, take this out. You're going to do 3. You're going to do 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then that's going to keep it going. And then your next one you'll have 4, and then 3 and 4. And that's how you do the crocodile. Now, if you want, like I said, see how this one is round? That's because we did not put a chain in here. Now the rest of mine come to a little bit of a point with a chain 1. Now if you do a chain 2, you get even more of a point. So your pattern may tell you what to do, or you can do it as a matter of preference. Just play with it, see what you get. This is definitely a pattern that works best with a thinner yarn. This is a 3. This one I did with a 4 just to show you, and as you can see, same amount of chains. Actually, I did 1 extra, but as you can see, my 4 ends here, and this bottom row is a 4. So you can see the difference in size. But it also makes not quite as thick of a cloth of a material. But if you're going for that, like for a purse or something, you might want to go with the heavier. So, excuse me. So totally up to you. So I hope you can understand this. Play with it, practice it. Once you get the hang of it, it's easy. You just have to remember that you're working in the bars and to stagger them. So I hope this made sense. I'd love to see what you do with it after you learn it. You can hashtag me on Instagram, KO Crafts by Kelly, and I would love to see what you do with it. So thank you, and God bless.